Um. So, which particular criticism?
So what I've heard a lot, and I've seen it in the comments here too, is that that Howie wasn't a particularly uh what's the right word, like enticing necessarily candidate.
Gotcha.
So I mean, the
Yeah,
critique
yeah.
that he's not as charismatic
Well,
as Obama. Like, not that a lot of people can't be as charismatic as Obama. I personally think the expectation is a little, just weird. And either you believe in these policies or not. Who cares how a person is saying it or not? But that's for people who are dedicated, like the four of us. It does. We don't need that. But what I'm
fair,
asking
fair,
for
fair.
is for the people who do bring it up. Have you
Yeah.
heard this critique, and what say you about it? And I'll allow everybody to sort of give their opinion on that.
So yeah, I have heard it. Like I want to be really clear and upfront about my whole process with that, is because I take my role seriously, and so I don't want to, any stuff here. I supported the other candidate, and so there was a reason for that. And I
Oh,
thought
I
the
get
other,
what you're saying, because I'm new. I'm new to some of this.
yeah,
I'm learning, because I'm learning some of the backstory over the
hmm
last several months. I've been learning some of the backstory through Liv, because Liv, like I said, she's a Green Party
yeah,
official in her state, and so she kind of getting me caught up on some of this. So I did catch
yeah,
that comment. It took a second for me to catch it, but go ahead.
yeah. So I supported the other candidate, mostly because for a variety of reasons, but mostly because my caucus was split on the vote, and as the representative for them, we thought it was best to, well, if we're split, then we give our votes to each candidate. So mine went
Mhm.
towards Dario, and the other delegate went towards Howie. So I participate. I helped Howie's campaign. Here in Washington State, I participated in every way I could. In my caucus, we supported it. That's what we're supposed to
Mhm.
do. So my critique of Howie's campaign was, I had several, to be fair. I do feel, in a broad sense, that we are in a new media space,
Mhm.
and it's not terribly dissimilar to the Nixon Kennedy debates that were all on television. And it
Yes.
didn't matter that Nixon's points may have been well articulated, none of that stuff. It was the presentation on screen. And, I think that Howie's presentation online got better over the course of the campaign. But when it started out, it wasn't good. It was,
Mhm.
like a regular
Mhm.
person talking to their not even their webcam, but the built-in camera on their laptop, and using the built-in microphone. I sent critique to the campaign and said, hey, you guys should buy a regular mic, not necessarily this, but something similar, and get a webcam and some lights, so that, how he can be looking directly at the camera and speaking to it in that kind of way.
Mhm.
Over the course of the campaign, they did address a lot of those kind of things, but you only get one chance to make a first impression, right?
Mhm.
And so I thought that, actually, because of and again, this is the historic circumstance of it being COVID, because he was almost completely and exclusively limited to speaking online. For me,
Mhm.
that meant you had to completely shift your focus about how you're doing it, right? You then, I mean, I hate to say this, but you build a studio in your little den or apartment or whatever it is, so that you can speak clearly and articulately to the positions that you're making, because that's the thing that you're not able to go to the studio. You're not able to sit at the CNN desk, right? You're not able to go visit all of your constituents and the people in different states who can see your charisma and the points you make. So it's all coming across this very, very limited medium. So you have to invest in it. You have to make that a priority. And I felt like their campaign didn't prioritize that to my liking. That was my critique. I mean, but that was my thing. I thought that, and I still think that if Howie would have taken a different approach with his social media, like just the equipment part, it would have made a big difference. I have no idea if it would have made we get over 5% or
Right,
whatever
right.
threshold difference. But I
But it
think,
sounds to me like, from what you're just saying, that this just could be he's from a different era, and maybe didn't in the beginning understand the importance of that. Like, I'm not necessarily the youngest person on the block, but before I did anything on camera, I taped myself like 8 times and edited it twice and kept watching it and looked. But I'm from a different era, like, so I can see both. Like, I have a foot in the old era before the internet, and I have a foot in a new era, so I can see it. And what I'm seeing is that could have been it. Just the lack of understanding of what the medium is and how it functions and how you're supposed to be on it.